What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning back in. I've been doing a lot of soul searching in the sense of trying to find out my niche. In this video today, we're going to talk about some of the things that I'm going to change. So I want you to stay tuned in for and kind of follow along. I've been doing a lot of videos on investments, growing your business portfolio, doing things with business. I've been doing a lot of research and honestly learning a lot about YouTube and trying to figure out what I wanted to do and the path that I wanted to go down with my channel and kind of go and reevaluate what I've been doing and see how it can help with the growth factor in my channel and help me continue to grow as a YouTuber. So my focus from here on out right now is going to be YouTube, kind of debunking YouTube and seeing how I can make the algorithm work with me and seeing what YouTube particularly has to offer in the sense of how to actually get it to work. In the sense of what I mean by that is what steps and processes you need to do as an individual. So this is the first time you're tuning in. I want you to go through with me setting up a YouTube channel, okay? Showing you how to, create your YouTube channel, some of the settings that you need to do, and some of the places that you need to go into. So one of the first things that we want to talk about, we're going to split this up into just a couple sections here. This is going to be, like I said, a very introductory video on YouTube itself. On this video, so the first section we're going to go to is you're going to make sure you're logged into your Gmail account. And then you're going to go up into that top right-hand corner, and we're going to go into the settings tab in your YouTube studio. So go into my YouTube studio, go into the settings tabs. Under the settings tab, you're going to find a couple tabs. You're going to have the general, you're going to have the channel, you're going to have the upload defaults, permissions, community, and agreements. Okay. So one of the first things that we want to go into here, like I said, generalizing this is obviously, I think the most important thing is go into that general tab. Into that channel tab. When we get into the channel tab, we want to get down into basic info. It should say the name of your channel. So mine particularly says my first name and my last name. As you go down farther, it's going to say the county or country of residence. So obviously you're probably, wherever county or not county, country that you reside in, you want to make sure that that's the country that you're selecting. You live in China, put China. You live in the United States, put the United States. Whatever it may be. Keywords. We'll dig into this a little bit later in some of the other videos that I'm going to do, but keywords are not as crucial as so many individuals thought they were at one time. Don't get me wrong, does that mean you should take the keywords totally out? I don't think so, but they're not as crucial as so many people did think years ago. After we've done that, the next section I want to hit on, and this is all in the settings tab, is the upload defaults. Your title. Basic info is the next tab. Your title is not something that you are going to want to default every single time unless you're doing a series and you don't want to have to change the name and for a set 10 videos you're going to have a specific series and you want it to always have this in the name. Then maybe you could go into something like that. But as a default, you're not going to want it to be the exact same default every single time because you're going to have to change it anyways. One of the big things is your description box. As you can see here, I'll share it with you. I recommend, so you're going to have other media outlet platforms, I hope at least. So what I mean by that, social media. You want Facebook, you want Instagram, you want TikTok, maybe Clubhouse. Some of those other things that you might be utilizing, in order to continue to grow your channel, to continue to grow your followers, right? So that way they're cross-platforming and coming back and forth between the two platforms. But in this section, I highly recommend putting in your description some things that will automatically default every single time so that you don't have to continue to put those in. It's going to save you some time. You don't have to copy and paste it from another video or whatever you may be doing. Mine specifically says social media. It has follow me on Instagram, has my Instagram, like us on Facebook, has my Facebook link, website, has my website information, has contact information. So I just have an email address on there. If you want to reach out to me and want to get more information, you can contact me directly on my email. So that's somewhere that you might want to have on there as well. I also have what's called an FTC legal disclaimer. And if you look down below on mine, what that means is it gives you a disclaimer. What about if you're promoting something? You know, this is something to kind of cover you in the aspect of somebody buys something like, well, I was referred by this person. So this just gives you a disclaimer that some of your video footage may continue to have links in it, and as far as like maybe there's a camera that you recommend on Amazon and you have a link there and you might be getting a kickback from it. Maybe you're doing a sponsored video that, you know, Simply Safe or somebody like that is sponsoring this video and you're talking about them. This is a disclaimer stating that, hey, this is a company that you might be working with in order you're getting a kickback from this, and that's why you're talking about this. So it's just a disclaimer to kind of protect you. God forbid something would happen. I highly recommend protecting yourself in any shape or form. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All right. So visibility, public. That's usually a default that you're going to want to have. You're going to want to do a public, unless you're specifically doing, you can do private pages, but unless you're specifically, maybe you're a teacher and you teach certain classes and you just want certain people to be getting this, then I could see private, but for the most part, you want to be public. Tags, you can default your tags here. So if you want every single time you have a tag that goes out, so like some of mine are my name. So that way it hits my name every time. Some of it's investing, some of it's financial advice, some of those things. Whatever your genre is or your niche is, you might want to have some specific tags. You don't have to physically type in those 500 tags every single time you do it. Okay? So next, permissions. You can actually give permissions. So if you have multiple team managing this YouTube channel, you can give permissions to other people, right? So maybe husband and wife do, or maybe you have a couple friends that you're all managing this one page and you're working on stuff together. You can have people manage your different permissions here. Community, you can have your moderators, your approved by users, hidden users, all those kind of things under your community tab, and it gives you automated filters and some of your defaults. And then if you have any kind of agreements, this would be more into when you're in a monetized scenario. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, this was just an overall view of the settings tab itself. We're going to continue to dive in depth more about YouTube, the algorithm, some of the ways, some of the keywords, some of the things that we can. So if you felt this video was useful to you, and also you want to continue to learn more about YouTube, I highly recommend you hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to continue to debunk YouTube a little bit and kind of help people learn about YouTube and see how YouTube can help their channel, or how we can help their channel grow on YouTube as a continuous thing. So make sure you hit that button. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I look forward to you watching next time.